I have made it. As the weather just seems to be unending strong wind and rain down in Cornwall, I have driven through the night and trailered the boat all the way to Whitby. I'm going to be spending the next couple of 3 days fishing with my friends out of Whitby. Right, we need to get all of this onto that and get that in the water. I've just been down to the harbour office, sorted out a visitor berth for the next couple of days. Let's get the boat packed, get it launched. This is so much easier with two people. Right on, mate, drop her back. Right, hold her there. Right, you go and park the van, I'll pick you up in a minute. I am originally from Whitby. This is where I grew up. But it's actually been probably over a decade since I was fishing out of here on a boat. I come up every winter to do a little bit of cod fishing from the shore. Yeah, this is the first time that I brought my boat up here. My grandmother actually lives in that flat there. A little bit of useless trivia for you. Is it just me or does it smell like fish and chips around here?
Yeah,
honest to God, it smells like fish and chips.
Only place in the country to get proper fish and chips.
That there is Whitby Arcade. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a load of letters missing. It's Whitby Fish Market. That was a locker, one of the original lockers. That there's Tate Hill, St Mary's on the top. If you believe the legend of Dracula, like the first ever vampire, a ship coming here, stayed by a dead man's hand, beached itself on that back there beach. Dracula turned himself into a dog, ran up the 199 steps and hid out in the abbey. There you go. Tell you what, this harbour speed's frustrating. We're just looking, there is absolutely stacks of bait fish inside the harbour. Like we're currently in 3.5 metres of water. And some of them spots that we're going through there, it was 3 metres worth of it was little bait fish. We've got loads of guillemots and terns and that feeding in the harbour. So I'm hoping that's going to mean there's going to be plenty of fish about. We have brought rods and reels for everything. We have big stuff, small stuff and stuff in between.
And the kitchen sink.
We're just going to see if we can find something with fins today. Fishing fleet, the commercial fishing fleet out of Whitby now is predominantly shellfish. There are still some trawlers that are registered here, but most of them fish out of Scotland. Tell you what, there's birds all over in there, isn't there? Flat as a pancake. The weather conditions that we're working with today are that. We have got a lot of rain coming. The forecast said that between like 2 and maybe 5 o'clock there was going to be a lot of rain. It is already down there at Scarborough. We are going to start heading this way to try and avoid it for as long as possible. Yeah, if we can dodge it, we'll try our best. But yeah, we're going to start heading further north. We're currently at like the 6 mile limit. We might bump off to 12.
If I was a betting man, I'm going to say we're going to get wet.
Yeah. We're just trolling some lows back now. I don't know how well you can see it, but yeah, there's just been a really big flash of lightning over there. And we have another storm up that side. So yeah, it's time to head back now. Opens up half hour and on the hour. I think it's 2 hours either side of high water. Spent many an hour waiting for that. Actually, back in the day when I was one of my first jobs when I was working at a butcher's, we used to have to do some deliveries. The butcher's on that side of the harbour, and if you were delivering on that side of the harbour, you'd try and time it so that you got stuck on that side, so you get an extra 15 minutes.
You scallywag.
Yeah. There used to be a sweet shop down there, Sandgate, next to where, you know where Lucky Ducks are made?
Yeah.
Used to go and get like a little ice pop, because they used to do like homemade ice pops with 15 pence each. I used to go and buy some of them and sit on bench and wait for the bridge to open.
But they're not 15 pence now.
Yeah, me talking about it sounds like a story from the 1800s. When I were on my way down pit. Well, we didn't see an awful lot of fish, but I enjoyed it. Conditions are supposed to be a lot better for a lot more of the day tomorrow. So yeah, this is the recce. Tomorrow is the real thing. If we put the camera away across it, he's going to start doing. What are you doing here? Don't start getting very wet. We'll get all packed down and I'll see you at the digs. We seem to have timed that just right. It is absolutely thrashing it down now. Yeah. Let's get back to the digs. Good morning. Couldn't show you too much of the hotel last night because when I got back here it was thunder and lightning and all types of rain showers. Yeah, it's a bonny spot. It's a lovely place to stay. It's called the Stables. Let's go.
Funny, innit? It's September, you never know how to dress. Cold morning. You think, yeah, the sun's up, it'll be fine.
I thought you meant what, like boots or high heels.
Yeah. Oh, 6 inches of echoes all the way. Yeah. No, I'd always catch it this morning. I thought, it's lovely and sunny.
I was literally thinking that. I was thinking that this morning when I walked out. I was like, right, tell them not in Cornwall anymore. I did consider going to Singing Kettle. I might do that tomorrow. Is that a unicorn head on front of that boat there? Due to the conditions yesterday, it was rougher in the morning, and the time that I got up here from Cornwall and the time of the tide meant that we were setting out later. I'll tell you, it was a market of fish there.
Oh, hell.
Yeah, the entire harbour is just full of baitfish. We are heading out now. It is, well, the sun's been up about an hour. We're hoping to have a troll around early morning when tide's ebbing. Then when we get to low water, we'll start fishing back in the other direction and do some mixed fishing. Do you want to jinx it? Do you want to see how many species we're going to catch today?
Well, go on, we'll have a go. Friendly bet.
I want to catch 8.
I feel a bit close to now, so I want to go for 9. I'll push the boat out, we'll go for 11. I mean, are you setting a time for when we have to be in for? We're still going to be rotting in the marina for a lesser spotted tompock blenny. Yeah. Comes 11 p.m.
There's a question for people there. When I was younger, and like the older fishermen that I learnt from, that I grew up with, they always used to say that bananas on boats were a big no-no. Being the type of person that I believe in some superstitions that I can put like a logical reason to. Bananas on boats, I've never seen it. I have used a banana skin as a muppet and caught a shark on it before. You can't be that one. Oh, there's Albert. The idea now is to try and find some bait. Now, some mackerel or some little coalies. I'd like a couple of live baits and some bait to be able to put down when we're drifting over the sand. Yeah, all I've done is I've tried to find a little patch of reef where the tide's running over. We're on the down tide side of it. I picked that mackerel up on the drop. I'll get half a dozen mackerel. I might switch to like a little jig and see if I can't pick up some codlins too.
Oh, there you go.
There's another species. That is a lesser weaver. I'm going to show you with the other camera why you need to be careful with these. There you are. And that is the part you need to be careful of, right there. Those spines, they sit in the sand and people stand on them and them spikes come out. Get in the boat, Mr. Mackerel. There's one just talking about a little piece of damage on the side of this codling. So if there's a poop,
The one for your outtake, it pooed and shit on the end. See it there on the cheek.
right on the side of it. Wait 2 seconds. We were just commenting there that on the side of this cod's gill plate there is like a wound, like a festous little wound there. Now usually when they're on the side of the gill like that, it's from a lamprey. Cod are notorious for doing that. They're notorious for pooping. Tom's just got a face full of it. We'll try all that again. We've got a bit of a confused period of water here. We've just had the turn of the tide, and from it going that direction, it's now going that direction, and we're over a piece of reef. And with current coming one way, yeah, it's just spinning around like a top. Hopefully this will run us a better drift and keep the sun in the right place. If we can find ourselves half a dozen nice mackerel, I'm surprised we haven't had a collie. This used to be a dead set spot for collies just near the bellboy. But Tom says actually in the last couple of years there's been less and less of them. There have been a couple of things happen here in the last couple of years that might have affected that. One of them is there was been a big kind of chemical disturbance further up the coast in Tees Bay over the past couple of centuries. There's been all sorts of shipbuilding, ironworks. Chemicals have been set in the sediment, and then when they've come to dredging it all out, they've upset all the chemicals again, and it's flooded out all over down the coast. Massive die-offs of all types of fish and crustaceans, which has obviously had a knock-on effect of the ecosystem. And then at the same time, there has also been like a massive influx of sea urchins, and sea urchin eat the kelp, and without anything to properly eat the sea urchins, all the kelp forests have all been chewed to pieces, which has removed the habitat for these little fish.
Got a knock-on effect on pollock as well. The pollock fishing in the last 3 or 4 years is just hand over fist.
Yeah. And then also at the same time, there are probably, I would without exaggeration say, 400 times more seals than there used to be. In you come. Oh, just. We have small tides at the minute. I mentioned that yesterday. Now, one of the things that I'm kind of smiling to myself about is down in Cornwall on small tides, if you were fishing over a reef with a little jig like what I am, at slack water, at low water slack, you would just be absolutely hammered off by wrasse. You've got a fish bouncing off the bottom to come and get your weight. There it is.
Oh, it dropped it.
Drop that down again. I could see there was a codling coming up. There was a codling coming up off the bottom to try and get his feathers, and I could see it coming up on the sounder. And then just as I'd seen it come and get his feathers, you might have seen the bite. I have a tuna license. I have a bluefin tuna license to catch them, catch and release. We are going to have a play around again today to try and do that. I would have liked to have put a live bait out yesterday underneath the floats, but there are that many seals, it is just impossible. There's another species, little pollock. Did I tell you this was a competition before we started?
You did.
Oh, oh, got you. Yay! Little baby Tommy cod. Now, this isn't exactly a specimen, but it is a species. These little sidewinder speed mimic jigs are just nailing the species. They're brilliant. The plan is to pick up like our reef species now, and some mackerel, maybe some lawns. I don't know if you get scattered around here, do you?
Odd.
And then when we move on to the sand, we'll be looking for things like your grey gurnards, your dabs, your flounders, maybe a turbot. If we get anchored up and we near some sand, there might be a ray involved. But they're not exactly monsters. But they're there. does seem to be quite a lot down there that are just this size. Not a bad sign for the future. Yeah, we could do with them being about 10 times bigger. I just thought to myself, I'll just drag these along the bottom and see if there's another weaver down there. And yeah, immediately another lesser weaver. That spike on there is not a nice one. We have caught plenty of mackerel, so that's that box ticked. And we have had, what's that? A weaver, a mackerel, pollock, codling.
That's a lot, 4.
Is it 4? Yeah. Cool. There you go. We've had a little bit of a scratch around. The tide has now changed, and instead of drifting at 0.2 knots, we're drifting at nearly 2 knots. So yeah, what we're going to do is just run off a little bit further, and we're going to put the lures out. Do some trolling around. Do that for a couple of hours. When you're trolling around for big fish like this, ideally what you're looking for is you're looking for outward signs. You're looking for busts of fish, you're looking for birds, you're looking for other life like dolphins and whales to show you that there's some feed there. We have seen very little of that. We've seen one whale, we've seen possibly a couple of dolphins, just thousands of seals, and the odd gannet diving. We haven't been seeing an awful lot. And we have been trolling for the best part of 10 miles. So yeah, we've been going for about 2 hours, 2.5 hours. The tide is at a different state than we were fishing earlier. It's turned round the other way, so we have got slightly calmer conditions. We're going to head out to a piece of rough ground and a piece of wreck, and then we're going to fish on there for a little bit. Then head on to another patch of ground to tie a different type of fishing, and then troll these lures back over. I'm trying to make the most of the conditions throughout the day. Hopefully now though we can rack up a few more species. If you don't manage to pull a little ling out on that thing, I'll be amazed. We are sat perfectly on this wreck. Aha! Poor cod. It's another species. Just see how much of that we can get to poop all over the boat.
Looking a bit worse away for another one.
We've trolled those lures around now for a good few hours without any proper signs of fish. It's a bit of a needle in the haystack. That needle is a very big needle, but yeah, it's a needle in the haystack. We're going to mix it up a little bit now, and we're going to scratch about on the seabed to try and find some flatfish, some gurnards, maybe an haddock. That's a haddock with an A. And hopefully increase that species tally. The rigs we're going to be using are very simple. Little hooks with little baits. 38 metres of water. Seals popped up straight away.
Obviously.
We've been, like without exaggeration, there are thousands of them seals. We have been here, is it a seal or is it porpoise? Well, no, there was a seal over there. We've been here 5 minutes. We've only just stopped the engine and the seals popped up. Snap. In fact, actually, that's a poor cod. It's a very big. There's a big poor cod there. Not a new species, but it's a fish. You're not what I wanted. It's another species for me, but it's a whiting. Yeah, so what I've had mackerel, pollock, codling, weaver, pouting, poor cod, and I don't know if I had 6 or 7. Oh.
Set that up.
You've been watching them American bass fishermen. Like a reverse golf swing.
Oh, double shot.
Slaughtering them. If we've just got masses of whiting down here on this little patch, I might try and move into a little gully on the bank or a little. Eternity. Oh yeah. Taking it very easy because I've only got tiny hooks on it.
Oh, that you've got to wait.
2 of them! I'm trying to show you something without that leg flying around all over the place. Yeah, the back of this whiting is all torn up. Oh, pop you off. Yay!
Got one.
In you come, sir. A monster dab. You can see straight through it, like. Yeah. How many dabs you caught, Tom?
None.
Yeah, look, all I'm doing is just putting little tiny strips of mackerel on a little hook and dragging it along the seabed. Checking me off what's on that one. Oh, you little son. I've just been reeling up there and I've just lost something. I have what I thought was a flatfish on there, and a mackerel's come up and taken the other hook and it's checking me off, and I just got to surface and I was like, oh, for Christ's sake. Tom was busy winding up, and then just seeing the fish at the surface, he got really excited and swung it on board. Tom has caught the first gurnard. This is a very, very spiky, but very, very pretty. This is a little grey gurnard. Now, although it is pink, this is a grey, and the way that you can tell a grey is by inside the dorsal there is a little dark spot. Yeah. Do you get any reds up here?
I've not caught one myself. There's plenty of greys.
There's three common species. There's three common species which you can catch around the UK: greys, reds, and tubs. Now, up here, I believe that most often you will catch the greys and the tubs. Don't very often catch the reds. Whereas down in Cornwall, yeah, you can catch 3 or 4 species. Street.
I've had one.
It's got like a red, but with a snub nose. It's got like streaks down its fins. You know, like where a tub's got green and blue on the sides. Yeah. Well, it's red, but they've got bands in it.
Right.
We have a greedy whiting that's managed to take both hooks. Yeah, let's go and find a different bank to fish on. The weather is going to get worse overnight. We might get a little bit of time tomorrow morning for a bit of fishing. But yeah, the type of weather today can be perfectly explained by this one picture. That and that. You'll get rained on, but you'll be sweaty while it's happening. Straight into the whitings. 2 hooks in one mouth. I think I've hooked something completely different here. This one has been clattering its head around a lot. Saying that though, you've just bring up a bigger whiting, haven't you? Oh, he's only gone and done it. Double shot of haddocks. Oh yeah! As soon as I hooked into him, I was saying to Tom, I was like, oh, this is something different here. Yeah, and I was nursing that all the way up. I didn't even have the camera on for half of this. But there is a double shot of Yorkshire haddock. That's spelt with an A, haddock. Now, they aren't the biggest ones in the world, but they are a target species. And another species. Now, they have a completely different mouth to a codling. Called like a bucket mouth. Well, they do get called bucket mouths. Whereas a haddock has like a little grubbing around feeding mouth on the bottom. For rooting about on the bottom. Other ways of identifying them is they have like a triangular dorsal there, and they have a black spot on the side. If they'd been twice the size, I would have kept them, because haddock is delicious. So that takes us up to 10 species, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah, we're still picking up the whiting though, so just having to fish through the I'm not going to call them a pest species, but fishing through the species that you're not wanting to catch the ones that you do. You notice there, I'll bringing up 2 whiting, didn't even scrap at all, but yeah, having 1 haddock on, scraps loads. That's how sometimes, like when people can be saying, how can you tell what type of fish it is before you even see it? And they do fight differently. Let's go move somewhere else and try a different method. The idea was that we were going to fish over a little piece of shallow reef.
Oh, nice balance.
Oh, well done. Another species.
Aye.
We're going to fish over an area of reef for bass and pollock. And I've just found a little piece of gully and reef that is in 19 metres of water. I'm going to have a little flick around with some jigs. Tom's just dropped straight back down. And you want to show it before you unhook it, otherwise it'll thrash and you'll drop it.
It's almost like you've done that before.
Yeah, could tell it was going to happen. Psychopathic.
Lovely balance.
Well done, mate. Nicely done. Feels like a mackerel. That's what it is. We've come in shallow now, we're just tucked in under the cliff. We're in 3 or 4 metres of water. What we're going to do is flick some soft plastics and some rattling plugs around. And if we don't catch anything on the cast, what we're going to do is we're going to troll. We're going to troll some little lures like this over the top of the kelp beds, looking for things like bass and pollock as we are heading back home, because I want to have one last little try on the sand on the way home. Because a lot of this area isn't charted, I'm having to take it quite carefully, because we're 9 metres up to 2 metres and then back around again. We're trolling diving plugs now. 6 metres back out. Trolling around over that bit of reef for a pollock or a bass, and actually we've just spotted a little sieve out here with 2 guys waving like crazy. So I'm assuming actually that they've broken down. We'll have to go and see what they want. Fishing's going to have to take a back seat for me. Where have you come from? You want to tow back in, do you? Yeah, I know, brother.
Done that black rock.
Yeah. You had any joy?
I think there's obviously something up. It's firing up and it's conking straight out all the time.
I don't know, it could be out, could be a bit of fuel in there, could be a dirty carb, could be a...
I've got a number for this lad at Whitby if you have to look at.
What are you doing with that rope? There, yeah. If you've got a length there, we're going to want about 40 foot to be best. So if you've got a length of rope already, tie our rope to your rope.
He went to scouts. What's the best way to tie it on? Little belt that like, isn't it? Alright. Use that much like.
Scratching about today from some species. Kept an eye out in case there was a big one around, but never found it. Right, all I'm going to do is just keep that rope wheel there, slowly let it feed out until it's going to come tight. So just jog you in.
Nice one, thanks a lot for that, mate.
Just mind that when it takes on, it might give a bit of a jolt. Alright?
I thought, he's happy to see us.
Of course, we haven't got much of a tow line because there isn't a very long line. I mean, we're actually 1.3 miles from shore. Well, where they've come from. They're drifting the opposite way. Because we haven't got a very long tow line, I'm going to have to go really slow. Well, that's changed plans for the day. We'll make sure these lads get in, and then we might have a chance to do a little bit of scratching about on the sand before we have to go back. 2.7, 2.4, 2.2, 1.9. Just watch that. You just stand where where that rope is. So if I need you to bring the rope up, you can do. Right. Pull them down the side of us, mate, because it's getting...
I don't think you'll be better, mate, without
right,
weirdness.
Untie him. Untie him and give him a push. Because we're in a metre of water at the minute. What we'll do is we'll give you a push towards the beach and you just have to jump off.
Thanks a lot for that, mate. Absolute
Don't worry. You give them strap back.
You can just jump in like.
I will just push you.
Are you sure? Cheers.
Thanks very much for that. We owe you a
No worries, lads.
thanks very much.
Yeah. Nice one, mate.
All right, lads. Take it easy.
Nice one, nice one.
Unfortunately, that has meant that it's taken us best part 3/4 of an hour to get them in. So our fishing, we're going to have to knock it on the head and steam back round. We might get a chance of scratching about in the sand when we get back round to near the harbour. Yeah. Fortunately, with something like that, it takes priority over anything that you're doing. Yeah, all we did there was just attached a couple of ropes, gently towed them in. I mean, all of this area in here is uncharted as well, so I just had to slowly jog her in until we got to a metre of water. Brought them down the side and give them a push, trim the engine up a little bit. By the time that we'd got them off and we'd spun round, we were in about 60 centimetres of water. It worked. When we were steaming back, Tom and I were counting out how many species. When we realised that we were in a draw, we're like, well, we're going to have that, so we've started fishing again. Tom has managed to pull out a dab. So he's actually winning right now.
And fire, and fire.
You were just a saboteur. Good. I am now that you've stopped sabotaging. That was it. Right at the end, you just sit on there. You see people's true colours, don't you, when it comes to a competition. It's a whiting. Oh, another yabba dabba do. Sadly, it's not a place and it's not a flounder. It is another dab. Another see-through dab. In fact, you could probably argue that this was a hybrid because
Oh, it's a double shot. There's a dab. A dab.
go back.
Nice little double shot of dabs there.
Double shot
Keeps
of
it in.
digestive biscuits.
And we've got another dab.
Yeah.
A trio of dabs. It's getting serious.
Yeah. Another dab.
Oh, it's a double shot. Oh, God. I thought bigger one was maybe something different.
Found yourself a flounder.
Do they get sole up here or not? I've seen, I think it's dovers inside the cod when you gut them. But I've never known anyone catch them.
We're hoping that there's going to be a flounder or a turbot in amongst these dabs. We have got half an hour of daylight left. Nothing to see there.
Take two.
Yeah. There's two. That bottom one there is actually quite a nice one.
Yeah, it's not bad at all, is it?
So, yeah. Has been a little bit of fun. Like, this was going to be the fallback anyway, that we were going to come fishing for flats on the sand here. Yeah, they do seem to be very obliging. Now, something about this size, you could take it and you could get a fillet off them. But I am not that hungry yet. Like, dab can be quite nice. I've always been a little bit put off as well, just by the places where you catch the better ones. There used to be a mark called the SHIT pipe, which used to be like a sewage outlet, where everyone used to go and catch the best dabs. And I was thinking, I don't really fancy eating one after I know what they've been eating. I don't know how well you can see it, but this is a really spotty dab. Got like a load of patches on it, but also it has some on the underside. It's almost a double-sided dab. Tom's had two whiting, and I've had this dab here, and I think there's one on the other rod. Another dirty dab. There you go. There's another double shot of dabs. This one actually is another dirty one. So yeah, the flatty fishing on the sand is really hot. Let's have a little motor on and give the last 15 minutes closer to the harbour, see if we can't find a flounder. It's a rattler. Oh,
End on a high note.
it's a tea bag of a dab. Cannot end on that fish. The pier ends are literally like 300 metres away and the sun is just setting. We have minutes left. I refuse to finish on a dab and let Tom win. Whiting, still no good. Well, it's not it's not as small as the last one, but yeah, that is going to have to be my last fish because we really are. The sun has just gone behind the horizon. We have got to go. Spent many a summer afternoon fishing off those piers as a kid. Well, I think Tom snuck one past me right at the end. I'm not sure if we had 11 or 12 in total. In fact, I'll list them all. I'll put them here now. Yeah. Thrashed me.
A rare one for the species from me.
Yeah. I hope you enjoyed joining us. I hope you found it interesting. All the very best. See you later.
Lovely sea trout there.
It does really smell of fish and chips around here, doesn't it? If you enjoyed this video, make sure to check out the Fish Locker YouTube channel, where we have hundreds of videos from our adventures just like this one. We upload new videos every Sunday evening, so don't forget to click subscribe and we'll see you on the next one. Let's go!